Good evening and happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. Thank you, Congressman Connolly, for bringing us together to celebrate all that we have accomplished and to rededicate ourselves to all of the work that lies ahead. I got to confess, I had a hard time getting in the mood to celebrate tonight as I processed the senseless murders in Atlanta. As Delegate Tran eloquently noted, this is the latest trauma inflicted on our AAPI brothers and sisters as they've seen an alarming increase in the hatred and violence that they've faced in the past year. But it's hatred and violence that is not new to this country. The murders heighten the violence against women that we've been fighting for centuries, and I want to thank you, Congressman Connolly, for voting to reauthorize the Violence Against Women Act today. These murders are yet another example of the devastation that can be caused in an instant by gun violence. It's difficult to campaign under these circumstances, frankly, especially given everything we've experienced over the past year. And in the midst of all this, the Republican frontrunner for governor is doubling down on racist statements about me and the Legislative Black Caucus. I am frankly reminded every day that I'm fighting the same fights that my parents, my grandparents, and my great-grandparents fought. Educators, domestic workers, and laborers who lived under the tyranny of Jim Crow. And as you heard, their stories taught me that at its best, government is that force for improving people's lives and solving problems. That's what motivated me to work to elect Democrats all over the Commonwealth for the past 30 years since I was a college student at the University of Richmond. It's what prompted me to get involved in community organizations dedicated to improving the lives of women, children, and families. It's what motivated me to run for the General Assembly and work for the past 16 sessions to address all of the issues you just heard. And this year and last year alone, I led legislation to make Virginia the first state in the South to proactively protect access to reproductive rights, to extend worker protections to domestic workers, have 100% clean energy standard, adopt our own Voting Rights Act, just among a few of my accomplishments. That's what's motivated me to run for governor, because while we've made generational change in the past year and couple of months since you helped us win the majority, there is much work left to be done. As we face a pandemic, an economic crisis, a reckoning with racial injustice, and a loss of faith in government's ability to solve problems, now more than ever, we need a new perspective that focuses on uniting us to solve the problems facing so many Virginians today. We need someone with experience to build coalitions to get things done. I'm running to rebuild our economy, our healthcare and economic safety nets, and our education system in a way that leaves no Virginian behind. And I'm running because I can't leave these problems to my children or your children to finally solve. I'm running to take the policymaking table out into our communities and include voices and perspectives that have been ignored for far too long. And I'm asking you to join me in this movement to build a stronger, more united Virginia. I'm asking for your vote. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator McClellan. Okay, back to you, Catherine.